So, what are you talking about, Tracy?
Happy Tuesday, everybody. We are back. Welcome back, everybody. We got Mugs and
Alrighty
Such
then.
by Kimberly. We got Auntie J. We got Rhonda McAllister, a TMC LLC, and Coach
Where everybody
Tony.
go?
Oh, and Coach Tony. How is everybody doing?
Very well, very well. Excited to be here consistently. I'm not just gonna pop in and out like I used to before. I like y'all now.
Oh, wow.
I can't see anyone or hear anyone.
We can see and hear you.
Yep.
So I wanted to go kind of light because we just getting back into this. Let's go kind of slow and kind of light. Okay, everything is public. So,
It says I'm on the show, but I don't see anyone.
Oh, Coach T is new.
Okay, I'm gonna have to wait till something happens because I can't see you all or hear you.
My goodness.
Okay.
Uh-oh, now we can't hear you.
Okay. So we're gonna bring Auntie J back. So Coach Tony is new. So Coach Tony, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
I am Coach Tony of Wealth Tea, and I spill the tea on all things business. More so, I was previously
Just
Money Maven.
Continue with the show. I guess it'll kick in for me. I don't know what's happening.
I was Money Maven previously, but that name was coined, and when I started branding myself, yeah, I started getting mixed up with another person that does not the same thing, but she does like crypto and some other things that she focuses on and financial literacy. So I had to change to, and because Tony is my middle name, I always wanted to be Tony when I was younger. So I got a chance to call myself Tony and make y'all call me Tony instead of Seller. So it's Coach Tony of ABM Wealth Tea, and follow me on Instagram. I am trying to educate everybody on all things business. And I'm just talking about anything that we can talk about: personal credit, business credit. I've got some amazing things coming that will be free, which is my way of giving back. So that's me in my bio. But we all, I think, are we all gonna follow each other on everything? Kim said no. Wait till Yep, I got two of these. I got two of these for Kim. Okay. Yep. Look who popping back in. Between Auntie J and Rhonda, we are having like the most fantastic show. I'm so confused. Rhonda, can you hear us? She can. Auntie J can hear us.
Because you can hear. So Rhonda, can you hear? No. Okay. Well. Mugs and Such. Why don't you introduce yourself to the people?
Hey, y'all. I'm Kim. And basically, if you want mugs or some kind of tumbler, I do those. Make those by hand. Custom make them for you. And if that's something that you're interested in, reach out to me. I'm also on Instagram, but that's about it.
How are we gonna reach out to you?
On
like this?
Instagram. I just said Instagram, Coach Tony.
So what's your Instagram name? Mugs and Such by Kimberly?
Yes, that's exactly how.
Okay. Rhonda says she can only see Auntie J.
And she can't hear anybody. Oh,
She might need to go out and come back in. I wonder which browser she's using.
Yeah, and when we did the very first show, Rhonda had trouble the very first show.
Was it her internet browser then?
I don't remember what it was.
Oh, okay.
So Auntie J is everybody's favorite because when people were asking, was I coming back? And was Auntie J coming? Auntie J been around for a minute because she was on the other show that I had, but it wasn't the collective. It was the round table. So Auntie J been around for a minute and she's still hanging in with us.
That's excellent. Oxygen, shaved head, everything. She's still here rocking with us. And she gone.
Yeah, and she gone.
She said she coming back.
Okay. Okay, Rhonda, are you there?
I am here. Hello, ladies.
Oh, she can hear us.
Yes, that's excellent.
The going out and coming back worked?
It did. I don't know what happened.
So why don't you reintroduce yourself to the people?
I am Rhonda McAllister. I'm the owner of the McAllister Enterprise. I am also an author. You can find my books on Amazon. Just put my name in. That's pretty much the short version.
Hey, Rhonda. We glad we can hear you. You missed out. I was explaining. I'm still Money Maven. You remember, I'm not that new, but I had to change my name because somebody was Money Maven. And then when I started to really push hard, then people were getting us confused.
Okay.
And they had been in the industry for years, 10. So Coach Tony is my middle name. And that's how I got it. So that's how we got to Coach Tony. So everybody knows.
Okay.
All right, Auntie J, you want to talk to us, or you want to wait? I guess she's gonna wait.
She looked like she frozen like this.
I think she's on delay.
She
and
she gone. Poof. Poof. All right.
So I guess I can introduce myself. I'm Trenace K. Carter, One Authentic Woman. I have a couple of different podcasts. This one, Next Level with Trenace, and we're relaunching Queendom Conversations within the next 2 weeks. I'm a 5-time published author. I'm a certified life coach, certified goal setting coach. I'm just dope chick trying to do big stuff in the world. That's all, So I just thought it was important for us to introduce ourselves as individuals in the world, because outside of business, we are women, married, single, dating, doing our thing in the world outside of business. And we're not just about business. We're about living our lives authentically.
That's right.
So I sent some topics out, and I wanted to kind of keep it light. Didn't want to do too much on topics, but I did pull some things, because what else we gonna talk about besides some things? So what I did pull, because we're all women and we all have some type of relationship, right? I wanted to talk about what I found, an article about Meagan Good, because she's still in the news, although she's going through this divorce. She's still living her best life, making her
should be.
Minus the husband. Church people, personally, I think ruined that relationship. That's just my thought of it. Their relation, none of us know what their relationship was inside their home. But church people feel like, I think to me, church people felt like she should have been damn near a saint, squeezed between Jesus and God, as far as because she was married to a minister. So what do you all?
I don't know. I might need to be quiet on this subject because church people mess me up thinking that somebody's supposed to be holier than thou when they are not. Like, get over it.
That's right. Now you go ahead and speak on it. I think the majority of people think like us, because I think like you with that. We are all still human. And she
Right.
was what she was before she got married to him. That's something that they should have straightened out, in my opinion. So if he was cool with it, which he does, what's his name? Devon Finance Franklin. If he was cool with it, then everybody else should have just had several seats in the pews. Just go on and sit down.
And
Yeah.
way in the back.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, yeah, in the balcony, like, yeah,
Oh,
y'all go there.
As far as I'm concerned, on the street, because but the thing about public and being a celebrity is when you are in the public like that, your life is no longer private. It's like everybody has the ability or reason or even in their mind right to give their opinion of what they think your life is, because they only see that picture. They only see that glimpse. So as we grow in business and become public people in the public, people don't know a whole lot about Beyonce and Jay-Z based on what they allow people to see, right? And we can all have whatever kind of opinions we want when we don't know these people. But celebrity, I guess, can be a blessing and a curse.
But you know what? Go ahead, Rhonda.
I'm sorry. One of my biggest things with the whole Megan Good thing, and to your point, Trinace, their lives is not private, but Megan has been an actress for years or whatnot, right? So, regardless if you're famous or not, it does not give the public any right to formulate these opinions, which we know they're going to do anyway. Even to regular folks, formulate these opinions on how you should live your life and what your life should look like, right? And then when you add in the church to it, then you have people have in their mind what a pastor and their wife is supposed to look like, right? Just because a person looks a certain way, that does not give you any right to judge their heart or their relationship with God, period.
So, I mean, we can go to regular people because for me, we all have social media, right? And our social media is to be social, and we choose to give the information that we choose to give. And to me, once we post that, we give people the right to have an opinion about something that they don't know all the details about. They only have a glimpse of what we say. They don't have the other person's side. They have a glimpse of us on vacation. They always have a glimpse. But anytime you make it public, that's like giving someone the right to have an opinion about how you think or how you feel.
Point taken.
So for me, as a human being, I choose not to share a whole lot about my personal stuff. If I'm dating, I'm dating. If I'm not, I'm not. You won't really see a whole lot of my personal stuff on social media because it's not none of your business. Then I have a right to be private, and it's not necessarily secret. It's just not none of your business.
So do you think, so you were saying in the beginning that you think the church really got in between their marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about social media and what you post and blah, 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 blah. I think that even confirms more of what you're saying. When you put your relationship up on social media, all of a sudden it becomes a big problem. A lot of people break up, and I always tell people it's not social media that did it. It was you, because you shared blah, blah, blah. And then your mate or whoever or whatever that caused it, if he liked somebody's post too many times or whatever the case is, that's something that speaks back to the respect factor. How each person that's in the relationship respects the relationship. So I'm conflicted with the Megan Good and the Devon Finance Franklin relationship issues, because the only thing I do, the only person to me in the church, anybody in the pulpit, they have a greater responsibility, in my opinion, of living a certain lifestyle. Everybody else is human. So that's just my opinion about, the church getting in the middle of it or whatever. So that was his fault for not setting his congregation straight, because I had heard some things that he allowed them to say, and that supposedly, we all talking about, it's all conjecture because we don't live with them, we don't know them personally.
Correct.
And okay, so I'm just going by what I heard. Let me throw that disclaimer out before somebody come for me and then they get these left right hooks. So with that being said, when we have opinions about people, or if they are in this relationship, and y'all remember when he was on stage and somebody said something out of the way to her about one of her, okay, that I heard on another podcast was his apology for not standing up to her with his congregation.
Yeah.
So him making that gesture was saying, I know I let my congregation, supposedly, I know I let my congregation drag your ass, but I'm gonna stand up for you on this platform that we're on today. And I apologize, I didn't do it before. So
Well, I hope he did it in front of the congregation too.
No,
that was whatever they were on. That was some like movie type. That was regular stuff. That wasn't church.
The Christians wasn't the saints wasn't listening to that.
Wow.
So we'll go into relationships, because I mean, as a single woman trying to date, I think that this is my opinion.
Look, Kim.
High chance.
Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People may or may agree, may disagree. They may not even like what I'm gonna say, but men are lame right now.
Why you say they lame?
Let me tell you why they lame. Because when we were growing up, because we all like the same age, right? Except for Auntie J.
And me, I'm up like 29.
Okay. So you say.
Mm-hmm.
So you say. Mm-hmm. So we came up during the time when guys asked you out, right?
Yes.
Guys asked you out. And they paid for meals, and they paid for dining. They pursued you. Nowadays, not so much. And I think we, generally speaking, not me, because you go ask me out. You go pay for dinner. If you're gonna respect my time and honor my time by asking me in advance, not by the way, what you doing. We can do that every once in a while, but you gonna respect my time. So that's why I say that men are kind of lame. They kind of lame. They want to be men, but they don't do men things. The antelope don't chase the lion. I'm a woman. I'm the prey. I'm what you're pursuing. So he wasn't providing. He may have protected her, I mean, well, he may have been providing, but he wasn't protecting her mentally. I don't know about spiritually. I don't even think emotionally, because all that they did to her, I mean, it wasn't just one case. They would see her in pictures and they'd have all kinds of nasty comments. So to me, men are kind of on the low end, kind of lame. Agree or disagree.
Well, I'm not gonna call men lame. I love them too much for that. I'm
I
not
love
gonna say
them
men are
too.
lame. I
Okay,
think
Rhonda.
that the way that society maybe, and some of the way the dating pool or aspect, whatever you want to call it, has been reshaped, that's lame, right? And I think some of the young ladies out here, the way that they are handling these men, because to Trinace's point, some of the men I've talked to, I just be wondering, like, who the hell y'all been dealing with? Because that's not how this go, right? But I just think they have to just be like retaught, because men are only going to do what you allow them to do, period, right? And if it doesn't work for you, it just doesn't work for you, right? You just have to keep, you know, being you, doing you, until the right one comes, the right situation, right? Until it's what you desire. But in that whole, back to that, the Megan Good point, how long did they date before getting married? Because see, this is the thing. Because, and I say this all the time, when you enter into a relationship, right? What you see is what you get. You should not expect a person to change for you just because they are in a relationship with you. Now, I'm not saying that doesn't mean a person changes for the better, like you grow, and that's not what I'm saying. You understand what I mean? But so I'm saying, if a person has a bad habit, just because they're with you in a relationship doesn't mean that they're going to not have this bad habit anymore. But to my point is, the way she was dressing, well, however they were together in church, right? All that came before the marriage. So I don't understand. And that, like you said, we don't know what happens behind closed doors. So I don't understand why it broke. I guess that's my point.
Well,
You
she
see,
did stop.
you understand what I'm saying?
Well, there was an article that she said she stopped smoking to be with him, because that's
Does
what
she
she wanted.
what?
Stop smoking.
Did you say smoking?
Yes.
Okay.
What you got, Kim? You've been waiting to jump in.
I don't forgot now.
I'm sorry.
You the youngest one on the panel. Oh no. I'm sorry. That's me. How old am I? 29. You the next youngest one on the panel.
Not
So,
the next one.
Actually, in my opinion, and I just may be grasping for straws here, that he got with her to build himself up. I mean, I'm not sure how influential he was whenever they met or whatever, because I had never heard of him until they had gotten together. And then all of a sudden it's like Megan Good and this dude right here. And he said himself he wasn't really comfortable whenever he got with her, because she wasn't the type of woman that he wanted. And with that being said, she changed for him. And after all this changing or whatever, they're still not together. So
do we change for our significant others, or we not?
I would say a hard no.
Exactly.
I think there's a compromise. I think we meet in the middle of the street. You tell me what this I can't handle is of me. I tell you what I can't stand that about you, and I can't tolerate it. And then we come together and we figure out if it's worth it at that point.
Okay.
That's, you know what I mean? And then
people don't have conversations like that.
That's true.
They just ready to jump into bed and call it a day and be like, oh, I fell in love with the penis, I fell in love with the coochie, and then it's just like, you're lusting after one another.
Yeah, but the conversations never stop though. right? You're supposed to have conversation with your partner in the beginning, in the middle, just all through, because people change continually. Nobody remains the same after 1 year, 5 years, 10
Yeah.
years. You're not the same person. You have to always continue to have conversations with your partner. You're growing, hopefully.
But
I
how
think
many people are comfortable? I'm sorry, Tracy. How
I
many
think
people are
people are
comfortable?
afraid of the answer. That's what I think. They
You
are
think what?
afraid. I think that people are afraid that they may not hear what they want to hear. Because I remember dating a person for a long period of time, and we broke up and got back together. And when we got back together, I was like, so look, what do you expect from me? And what can I expect from you?
Hmm.
He never had an answer. He never ever had an answer. And then when we finally broke up, I don't even think I cried. He was like, you know what? I'm done. He say, did you hear what I said? I said, yeah, you said we done. All right, good night.
But don't you all find it hard? I don't know if you personally find it hard, but even people that I talk to, a lot of times that's the hardest thing for people to do is communicate what they want. Just like in business, the hardest thing for business owners to do is ask for the sale. This is
Yeah,
what I do. This is what you're going to pay me. And I think that's the same thing in personal relationships. We're so busy trying to be that perfect person because nobody wants to be alone, but you end up, in my opinion, being with someone sitting right next to you, and you still feel alone because y'all are not actually connected. And communication is the hardest thing for couples to do.
it is.
You
And,
know?
and to your point, Coach Tony, I very recently had someone ask me specifically, what do you want out of a relationship, right? And what I found out about myself is even though I have it in my mind, I actually had trouble articulating it back to him in an answer. Okay. So what came out to him sounded superficial, right? And it sounded like something that everybody else would say. So then what he said to me was, no, I mean, personally for you, right? Because everybody has their um breaking points and, whatever, what they will accept and what they won't. Like we were just talking about,
Right.
what do you want or what do you expect? Like Trinace was just saying. So yeah, it is the most difficult thing to do. And I think for people who have not spent time with themselves, right, to actually know what works for them and what doesn't, they may have a hard time answering that question. Or maybe if you have not really taken the time to really think about it. Because after that, I really had to take time to like really think about it. Like,
Yep.
oh, okay, and know how to articulate it, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. We go try to let Auntie J in again.
She just bouncing back and
We
forth.
got
Poor
like
Tink
two
Tink.
shows going. We got her with her juggling act, and she poof, I'm here, and then she gone.
Right.
She come back, and then she gone. Yeah.
I think the part of being able to articulate what you want is we're always made to feel, and this is me generalizing, but this is me specifically. Me specifically, well, I know what I want and I don't have a fear of articulating it, but in the past I had a fear of it because people always saying you extra or making you feel like you wrong for wanting particular things or making you feel like you don't deserve. I deserve everything I ask for because I've been through some shit. And that's real.
I understand.
I'm extra because I deserve to be extra and I got the right to be extra.
So, do we put on other people what our expectations on them? Are they the same that we're willing to give?
I believe mine are. I would never ask anyone to do something for me or have an expectation that I'm willing to reciprocate. You understand?
Yeah.
And I'm give you a quick example. Like, one thing that I will never promise to do is to be up 4 a.m. every morning cooking breakfast. That's not Rhonda. Give me to 7, 8 o'clock, and I got you. Okay.
What you say, Tracy?
I ain't doing that.
You ain't doing what?
I ain't doing that.
Which
I'm
part?
I'm just not waking up to. I'm not getting up to cook for you. I'm sorry.
You better get you a
do
bowl.
what?
You better roll over there and get you a bowl of cereal and milk.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not
we don't
saying
do
I'm
no
not gonna
chicken
cook now, but you know,
What you say?
not that every day, not the 4 a.m. Mm-mm.
So I'm not trying. So me, I'm not trying to set your expectations. This is your expectation. I might cook if I feel like it, but otherwise, if I don't feel like it, don't expect me to cook, because that's where I am in my life right now. That is where I am in life right now. You know how
Are
many
you talking about everyday cooking?
that right there.
That's not what I said, but
Do you cook?
I ain't say that
cook?
one.
I do. Do
But
you
what?
cook?
So you're not planning on cooking meals with your partner? What if you cook together every day?
You cook? Can you? Are you a chef? Because I'm not trying. I done worked all day. I've been doing business stuff all day. You've been doing stuff all day. Now you expecting me to come home? No, sir. No, sir.
You might get a chef. He might not even care. All men don't care that they ladies don't cook.
Well, that'd be my question. Can you cook? Do you cook? I'm not cooking. I'm just putting
men marry women that don't cook, so it's just all about preference.
Yeah, so
and I get so tired of that on social media when you see the older generation, not us, older than us, saying they know how to treat a man, and that's why they stayed married for 50,000 years. And then I think to myself, it depends on which social media. If I'm on my personal social media, my response is, yep, y'all asses did. Y'all did all the cooking, cleaning, washing their feet and all of that. And they had 3 other families across town. So don't talk to me about what you talking about you know how to please a man better than my generation does. Go somewhere with that part.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
This generation just don't put up with the extra bull.
No.
A lot of the time. I'm not saying we don't have anything, but I'm just saying.
We choose a different level of bull to deal with. Now the cheating stuff, I hear about women who say, if he cheat on me, I'm gonna cheat on you. Dude, I ain't gonna cheat on you. Bye. Because I'm too good to give away. That's me.
And I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing that somebody else may have. Give it to you, and then you bring it to me. So I'm not cheating. And when I find out you are, that's unforgivable, because it's too many things in between. It's too many things that you can ask me to do. It's too many things that we can talk about, but then that all goes back to communication. Because
so cheating would be your breaking point.
Yeah, that's non-negotiable.
Okay.
But I make that known. See, I'm not a big communicator about like my day-to-day activities, or, oh, I'm thinking about doing this business venture, because I am a serial entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
And so I may have a significant other and they may feel slighted because I may come up and be like, oh yeah, I started that business like 3 months ago, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, you're not a good communicator. You always, whatever the issues are, but I can communicate what I want. And I learned that early, even before I got married. My ex-husband, my friends at that time was like, you can't tell him y'all got to be married in a certain number of months. I said, I'm a grown ass woman. At the time I was 29. Oh, I said I was 29 now, didn't I? All right. Okay. My friend, she told me when she was 29 that her and her future husband was at dinner, and she told him, I'm gonna give us 6 months. Seriously, I sat at dinner on the first date with who turned out to be my husband, and I said, we are grown-ass people. I don't want to waste nobody's time. I'm gonna give us 6 months, and in 6 months, our representatives are out the door. We didn't had enough ebb and flow in the relationship that we know our good points, bad points. We know all the bullshit in the middle, and we can figure out if we can tolerate this and if we want to move forward. I'm not gonna date you for a year, and I'm 29 years old. That just can't happen. All my friends was telling me, you crazy. He never gonna ask you to come back out with him, blah, 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 blah. Within 2-3 dates, he had eliminated 6 other women that he was dating. But it was because I can't miss what I never had. So day one, date in, you need to understand, let me set the expectation.
Hey,
and then we know what I'm expecting, and then you're not blindsided by it.
Yeah.
I said the same thing. That hair is cute.
Oh, we got a man. Hey, Andy. Hey, yeah. Hey, old friend from grade school, Andy. Yeah. So, yeah, I've heard that a lot too. You can't tell a man, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I mean, a man, see, the difference between men and women is a man know what he's going to accept. I'm not going to say tolerate. He knows what he wants. And a woman, she will adjust what she wants to fit the situation.
That's true in many cases.
She has a sliding scale of what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be celibate until I get married, and as soon as she get a dude, if she haven't been with nobody in a year, then I'm just saying she changed her mind. I'm not gonna put up with a smoker. Oh, but he's smoking, but you haven't been with nobody in a long time. So I mean, women are willing to make adjustments, and that can be, to me, that can be negative. It could be negative or positive, but for me, it's negative, because when you adjust what you say is a core value, you have just done a disservice to yourself.
I agree. And some of that is some women will learn that lesson as well, not to do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But aren't we just so afraid that we're going to be alone? I go back to that because I see that is the common issue when women are in a position. Nobody wants to be alone. Can we agree on that? Right. Nobody wants to spend their life alone. Okay. But at some point, we have to figure out, like, and I have a hard time because I'm really working on myself, and I'm trying not to cuss as much. So I'm like trying to get these creative words, and it's messing me up because we all know
you are doing a good job. You're doing a good job.
Man, oh man. You're doing a good job. Girl, you're doing a good job. You doing a good job. Girl, you doing a good job. So I just think that we're so afraid of being alone, society, because there's a negative connotation attached to being alone. However, some of us, like me, I find comfort in Scorpio, Tracy. So Tracy, okay, never mind. If you don't say nothing, I ain't gonna say nothing. But Tracy is a trip. Y'all, I talk crazy, but Tracy. So anyway, I find comfort in relationships.
Yeah.
My circle is small because I don't do awkward. I don't do weird. I don't do anything that makes me uncomfortable. We gonna talk this shit out, or I'm just gonna remove myself from the situation.
Thank you. Thank you. I just recently had that very same kind of thing going on. So if you can't communicate with me, I can't communicate with myself. And it's not about me being mad, because you're going to be mad for so long, right? So it's about the simple fact that you won't have a conversation with me, sir. So since we can't do that, you let me know when you can. Exactly. What else am I
So,
supposed to
I
do?
mean, I like being in a relationship, but I don't have energy to be because a relationship is an investment. It's an investment of time. It's an
Of
investment
course.
of flexibility, compromise. It's all of that. And if I have to compromise my core value, then it's a relationship that I don't need. And it don't matter how much I love you. And it doesn't matter whether it's a romantic, friend, business, family. I can really love you. But if I have to compromise who I am, then I'll be by myself, which is why I'm single right now. I am single, just in case y'all ain't know.
Does single mean you're dating? That's what you're saying. You're dating, so you could be dating someone, but you're still single until you
So
are.
I would like
Oh,
to
not
say
this
that
finger.
I would like to I would like to say that I'm dating, but I always I talk to different men, and I put things in my mental Rolodex. And with that being said, there are certain things that I listen to, and if it doesn't match up, then I just stop taking your phone calls. Somebody told me that I need to be better. I just need to give the conversation it's me, it's not you, that conversation. But I just don't feel like you deserve that energy. You just don't. You can't be honest with who you are. Ain't no need to lie. You lying to you. You ain't lying to me because I already know a liar. Scorpios know a liar. Don't we, girls? we know when things don't match up. So I don't
Kim
let
is so cute and funny to me. She all in the private chat, but her ass ain't saying nothing. Get up in this show and talk to us. They don't. You so funny. Come on with it. We know you got
that
something.
is called ghosting. A couple of years ago, I broke up with somebody via text message.
That's so ridiculous, Tracy.
Well,
that's so unfair.
I'm not saying I've never ghosted anybody. I have. I think I thought about it later, but that is that you talking about just gripes my ass. I hate when somebody ghosts me. It's so disrespectful to me. Tell me that you don't want to be bothered. Tell me that you don't want to talk to me anymore. Tell me not to call your ass. Say something. Don't freaking ghost me.
So
because I don't have any problem telling
improve.
you that don't call me. I
I
don't want to talk
promise
to
to
you.
improve.
I'm done with this. I can say all of those things. It's called words. Don't ghost me. I hate that.
Well, I'm trying to improve, but the dude with the text message, that's still funny right now. Because he didn't respond until the next day with the phone call talking about but you're a nice dude, but you're not for me. You don't pay for dates. And I don't want you all to get it all wrong that I don't pay for dates. My man, I pay for dates. A random dude? No. You courting me. I ain't courting you. Have that.
Y'all know what? I may have broke girl code.
What you do?
My first day. Okay. Just no judgment, right? Because y'all on the panel, y'all all my girls. Okay.
Come on with it.
I used to pay because I had that hustle side to me and I was in corporate America. So money was like this. So what I would do when these guys came up, my ex-husband was one too as well. They come up talking about, can I buy you a drink? Nope, because your ass gonna bug me all night and think you have earned something with that drink. I'm gonna buy you a drink, and then if your conversation don't match what I'm looking for, I'm just gonna be able to leave your ass right here and I can keep it moving. That worked out so well for me.
So you didn't just took control.
Just took control. Yeah.
But we didn't know no better when we were younger. We thought that being independent, because that's kind of, if you consider it, that's when the independence with young women started, when we were in our young 20s.
I'm still there now though.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
No, but I don't date like that anymore. For you to get a dinner date out of me, we gonna have to go on some meet for coffees, some go to lunches, because a dinner date is an investment. That means I gotta
That's
be
right.
extra cute. It's gonna be more than an hour or two, so I gotta have some conversations with you along the way to discern whether me and you go work out for 2 or 3 hours. I'm
Okay,
about my
that's
own
fair.
coffee. I'm about my own tea. If we get to lunch, you pay for that.
Yeah.
And I don't owe you nothing.
That's it.
And I think that's the other part of weakness within men. Because like you said, they would buy you a drink when we were young, they buy you a drink and then they bug you all night. A drink don't mean nothing, but I was thirsty. You fulfilled that, you quenched that thirst. That's it, sir.
Yep. I
They had
tell
a
my
post on
daughter that.
Facebook today. This guy, and I know someone who watches him on YouTube. I cannot think of his name right now, but he gives dating advice, relationship advice,
I
right?
do.
And so the post on Facebook said, ladies, when a man asks you out for a date, he is asking you to have sex with him. So if you do not want to have sex, then say no to the date.
Oh.
What?
Yes, girl. Ain't that
I
some
wouldn't
bull?
last these days. I wouldn't last if I was out there younger than my 29-year-old self am now. I wouldn't make it. I would not make
Yeah,
it.
that's not funny.
That's disheartening. That's what our children are. I have a 19-year-old girl,
Mm-hmm.
and we always are talking about dating and stuff, and it really is like she like every 10 minutes it's a new guy, because I am teaching her, you got your self-worth and y'all got to be equally yoked.
Mm.
You didn't came home, you got a car, you got your business started, you got your car, it's in your name. I set you up for success. You better not let one of these nappy heads bring you up out your glory.
Good.
And
But see that mess.
these gas prices, she like, yeah, I'm probably never gonna go on another date because somebody got put. I can't. If I'm gonna meet you, you got to put some gas in my car. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. But that mess, like that posting on Facebook, goes back to Trinace's original point at the beginning of the show. That's the kind of mess that's out here that's filling these men's head, and
But
why they are doing some of the things that they're doing or not doing. You understand what I'm saying? It's ridiculous.
But the other part, women are doing that because not me. I don't have to be no boss. I'm content with being a damsel in distress. I'm her. I can't do nothing. Nope. I can't do nothing. And I'm content with being that because that's who I want to be now. It ain't nothing cool. Being independent was cool. Paying your own bills is cool until you realize you don't have no fun money. Yeah, it's cool.
Rhonda, you got a little cold?
I do, and it's really getting on my nerve.
Is it warm where you are?
The weather is constantly changing where I am.
Yeah.
You know, it was 75 yesterday, and I think it's 60 something today. I don't know what it's going to be tomorrow.
Yeah. That's how it is here. Like you step outside for breakfast and you like, oh, it's going to be nice. By the time you go to dinner, it's freezing and about to snow.
Mm-hmm.
So,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm content with being a damsel in distress. These independent women, these boss bitches, you all just don't need no man. Y'all is paying for y'all own shiggity. No, man. No. You all got your own stuff together. The Bible says two is better than one.
Okay, Bible.
I'm just saying. Two is better.
Okay.
Two
Two is
incomes,
always better than one. Yes, ma'am.
incomes is better than one. Two ideas, two people with brains. Y'all got an idea. You got an idea. Let's go blow my idea up. No, sir. Y'all some dummies. I'm just saying.
That's why he had two of every animal go on the ark.
That's
Look
correct.
at y'all. So now I gotta get more familiar with the Bible to hang out with y'all. That's what y'all saying. Just say that. Don't do all of this. Everybody to threw it in and Rhonda like, yes. Okay. I got it.
That's the collection place.
Okay,
Yeah,
y'all.
I mean that's ridiculous. Girls are more aggressive now if you think about it.
Yep.
I have been over the years, more girls are fighting, stabbing, and shooting than boys are nowadays.
Ooh,
Crazy.
yes.
Lord have mercy.
Why do you think that is, though? Because it used to be although I know there's always been chick fights and things like that, but it just, I don't know, we see more of it because of social media, and it was always there, or there's something that's just actually changing, making us more aggressive. What do you think it is?
I kind of think it's basically
We
how
just
people
talked
are
about
being
the grandparent dating thing, Olivia. We'll go back to it in just 1 second.
how people are being raised, because
or not raised.
And not to say, because a lot of us were born with, or raised in single parent family households or whatever, but now it's more like one of those kind of like the survival of the fittest kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So is basically women are having to pump their chest to show, okay, well, I have to be the aggressor so I can show this guy or whatever that I can handle my own, and I really don't need somebody else to kind of fight for me. So I don't know.
And I guess back, like, myself, or even maybe more our age group, even though Coach Tony is 29, that we're subtle with it. You understand what I'm saying? So let's say try Jesus, don't try me, right? So we can look how we look and dress how we look, and we can be business and professional and all of that, right? But that even though that the other person is lying beneath, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know why they don't keep it hidden. Why they got to be so rough,
Because I think nowadays, people have a point to prove. I just think a boss don't have to say she a boss or he a boss. I'm the man don't have to say he the man if he the man. I'm the shiggity. I ain't got to say I'm that. I don't have to say that. The moment you have to announce it, mean you not. That's the one thing, and because you announced it, now you got to prove it. That's just my 2 cents on that.
Coach Tony, Olivia was asking, what do we think about our grandparents dating as opposed to how we date now? You want to repeat what we talked about earlier?
Rhonda trying to get me in trouble.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble.
No, what I said earlier when we discussed this and what the difference was, and I was saying when I see it on social media, when the older generation may say, well, we know how to please a man. We used to cook, clean, and we stayed married through thick and thin and for 50,000 years. And on my personal page, I was telling the panel and everyone listening, my response goes a little bit like this. I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember what I said exactly, but it was something to the effect of your ass was doing all of that work, cooking, cleaning, leaping and jumping and all of this and being all happy about what you were doing and thinking you pleasing him. And his ass had 3, 4, 5 whole households, kids, another significant other, marriage, whatever, wifey across town, in every town. So
Right.
that was the difference in that generation versus what I consider to be our generation here, where we're just a little less tolerable of the cheating shit. And then the younger generation, I think, Tracy, you said that the younger generation, they're okay with the cheating. Was that you that said that?
They are. Well,
No?
we had a discussion one time, like last year, when we were talking about cheating. So some of the people on the channel, on the panel, said that cheating was not a deal breaker for them.
Yes, I don't. It's not for me. It's not my number one deal breaker. I'm not saying my man could be a hoe. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying for me, cheating is not an unforgivable defense. Not repeatable, not constant repeating cheating. Nah, that ain't what I'm saying. Your ass don't get no go free cheat card. That's not what I'm saying. My deal breaker is you put your hands on me. Because you put your hands
that's
on
a
me.
good one.
If you put your hands on me, oh,
yeah, that's a good one.
That's my unforgivable deal breaker.
I think we talked about cheating before because I think Queen Sugar was on and everybody was having a fit because the lady was going to be taking her husband. It was looking like she was going to go back to her husband, and how dare her look at how he did her and this, that, and the other thing. And I think the thing with that is cheating can be a deal breaker with a lot of people because somebody knows it. And
so you hurting folks' feelings. So you're gonna end the show with a nuclear bomb like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, because cheating is a deal breaker if other people know it, but it ain't no deal breaker if it's between me and him. We know he cheated or he know I cheated, and we go work it out. As long as don't nobody else know, I get to save face. But if I leave because everybody know we cheated, somebody cheated, then I got to save face and leave you. And it don't matter how much I love you and how good you've been to me. You cheated. Everybody know it. I'm embarrassed. I'm gone.
That's a good one. You came up with a good one. And I know we're about to end this, but that was a good one.
Well, everybody don't care about entanglement. So look at Will and Jada and their entanglement.
Okay, Olivia says yes, but even that dating, meaning how men would pick you up, pay for everything, and walk you to the door with no exception.
Yeah, we talked about that.
No, we talked about that because that's the only way you go get with me. I'm sorry.
Did they used to kiss at the door when they walk you and they say, "May I see you again?" A hug, kiss, what they do back in the day.
It depends on how I like you.
And then to my point again, these women these days are not requiring or expecting those things. And until we get back to the basics, it's not going to change.
I can open my own door. Don't open that door for me.
It's not going to change.
No, open the door for me, sir. Open the car door. Open the door to the building. Open that door.
I teach my son that from the time he was 3 years old, he was trying to reach up and grab the doorknob. I'm like, as long as you around me and any woman, we don't touch no handles, door handles, nothing like that. And don't pick up anything heavy. That's garbage.
That's good.
Groceries.
That's good.
So now, even in any of my friends that hang out with me and get to engage with him, he does them the same way. My best friend will come here and drop something off or whatever. He goes and opens her car door for her to come. Like his sister get on his nerves because she's like, I don't need Connor. I got my own door. I'm like, no. So I'm with you, Tracy. I'm not touching no doors, and I'll stand next to a door before and I'll do this. on other men. I put that expectation on any man that's near me. If we get
That's
at
good.
the same time, I'ma wait. And if he don't do it, I just sit and wait. That ain't awkward to me. When I told y'all earlier I don't do awkward, that's not awkward. That's expected. Because you expect me to smile when I see you, right? And say, hi, how are you? Yeah. So I expect your ass to get that door. Yeah.
I came with her today.
Reciprocity is everything. You do for me and I'm gonna do for you. Let's stay in our roles. I nurture and you do the heavy lifting.
I love it. I love it.
I'm just saying.
So this is good, but y'all think about that. Think about how many friends y'all may know that they spouse may have been cheating or they may have cheated, and how they stay.
Yeah, a lot of them.
As long as the person don't know, and you agree to fix it up, but the moment somebody know, I'm out of
For
here.
me, I'm just not going to live my relationship based on what somebody else know. Y'all don't have anything to do with what we do. You understand what I'm saying? And how we live. This is us. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care what you say, what you think, or whatever. If I decide to stay, it's going to be based on what we decide to do. It don't have anything to do with what you know. I do not care. I do not care.
I get it.
This was good, y'all, for our first show. Welcome back. Straight no check. Maybe we can get Auntie J to stay on for one show.
So now I gotta read my Bible and get more familiar. I can't just go to church. And I gotta buy Auntie J a new device so she can hook up like the rest of us.
Yes, get her something. Yeah.
Let's see if we can try one.
Look.
Po tink tink.
Yeah, the screen been blowing.
Po tink tink.
Her new name is David Copperfield. Yep.
You're so silly.
So
I see the label. I don't see nothing else.
It's like she in an invisible cloak.
Harry Potter.
Yep. Oh, y'all done ran her away. See how y'all do?
So we're gonna try on every Tuesday for the next few weeks and see how you all feel about every Tuesday.
Okay.
See how you all feel about every Tuesday for the next few weeks at 8:00. And tell us what you think and how you feeling about what we're doing. Because this was a bomb show today, man. It was hot.
Yes.
And we didn't even talk about everything that I had pulled.
Right. So that means we got more topics for next week.
Yeah, because I wanted to talk about this person's post about mindset and how we as women do things.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, isn't this Women's History Month?
Yeah, this is Women's History Month.
So might as well go ahead and get it in at least the last Tuesday of the month.
Yep. But last year we did something every for Women's History Month. So we're about to be on and popping, y'all. We hope you all will enjoy the ride with us.
That's right. And follow us all on our social media.
That's right.
So that you can get to know the businesses that we have and the value that we're bringing to everyone, women, children, anybody, everybody can get some value. And Kim, mugs and such, I'm gonna follow you because I want some mugs and stuff. Okay. But let me tell you something. I'm so petty. If you don't follow me back, I don't care if we in the collective together or not, I'm going to say, okay, it's been 24 hours. I'm going to follow her ass. Little cousin or not. Then I'm going to play Auntie J, poof, and then I'm gone. So,
you're a mess.
So
right, ladies,
I'll get on social media just for that because I'm taking a hiatus from social media right now. I've been off since January. Because well,
I want your business plan. I want your business plan. I want to be able to take a hiatus and still lights come on when they supposed to. I want that.
That's the husband.
That's right. I gotta get another one of them. Okay. I was trying to remember what I was missing. That's it.
Whatever.
All right. Good night, everybody. I hope you all you all enjoy Straight No Chaser. We'll see you all next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Good night.
See you at the top.